We spent 2 weeks in Japan as a family, visiting Osaka, Kyoto, Nara, Mount Fuji and Tokyo. In this video, I'll show you what's actually worth your time, what surprised us,
Oh, I just got bitten.
and what we'd do differently if it was our first trip again. If you're planning Japan for the first time, this will help you decide where to go, how long to stay, and what not to overthink.
Let's go together.
Our first stop in Japan was Narita, just long enough to rest, reset, and realise how far from home we were. The next morning we flew south to Osaka. Flying in Japan surprised us. It was affordable, easy, and gave us our first glimpse of Mount Fuji from above the clouds. Even before reaching the city, Japan felt efficient, calm, and quietly exciting.
We're about to board the limited rapid express into Namba station in Osaka. It's a way cooler looking train.
Osaka was our first real taste of city life in Japan. Fast, friendly, and full of colour.
Behind me, you've got the running man. There he is. You see him?
Dotonbori at night is overwhelming in the best way. Neon, crowds, smells, and movement everywhere. Even the quieter moments, like visiting a cat cafe, felt carefully designed. Calm inside, chaos just outside the door. And food here isn't just something you eat, it's part of the experience. One of our first snacks was the famous 10 yen cheese coin. Simple, cheesy, and absolutely worth it. We stayed at the Hinode Hotel in Osaka, a great spot to eat, relax, grab a drink, and even play dress-ups. From Osaka, we took a short trip to Nara, and this is where our expectations really changed.
So for today's adventure, we're at Nara Park, and we've just caught the train in from Mishima station in Osaka. And we're about to head up and see if we can find some deer to feed. As you head on in, there's a man selling rice crackers for 200 yen. The drill is you buy your rice cracker and you hold it up high, and as they bow, then you hand it over to them. You get about, oh, I just got bitten. Right, now give it to. They're very hungry, and when they see the rice crackers, they swarm all over you.
The deer don't keep their distance, they bow, they follow, and sometimes they chase. Feeding them was memorable and just a little intimidating. What surprised us most was how seamlessly nature, history, and everyday life exist together here. And yes, this was our first time trying mochi, soft, chewy, and very easy to love.
So we're on the way back to the station, and we saw a shop selling mochi, so I'm going to give it a go. See that?
Kyoto asked us to slow down, to walk more, and to notice less obvious things. We stayed at Hausa Kyoto, a boutique hotel that was comfortable, beautifully designed, and perfectly located in the heart of Kyoto, just a short walk from the subway. Wandering through Gion, it became clear that Kyoto isn't about ticking off locations, it's about atmosphere. We started pairing moments with rituals. Coffee breaks became a way to pause, to reset before moving on. Yasaka Shrine stands quietly at the heart of Kyoto, where tradition and everyday life meet. Next we headed to Fushimi Inari Shrine, famous for its endless red Torii gates.
We're at the Fushimi Inari Shrine, otherwise known as the Red Torii Gates. There's 10,000 Torii gates, can you believe it? 10,000 gates.
Walking through the red Torii gates at Fushimi Inari felt almost meditative. Somewhere between the climb and the quiet, we found a rhythm. And of course, we also found more great coffee. Taiyaki, warm, simple, and best enjoyed while wandering with nowhere in particular to be.
So we're about to try a taiyaki. I've got the chocolate, so let's give it a taste. You can see in here there's lots of yummy melted chocolate. So we're off to the Arashiyama bamboo grove now. You've probably seen all the Instagram photos.
Arashiyama was a contrast. The bamboo forest was beautiful but brief. The monkey park asked more of us and rewarded the effort with views worth climbing for.
Apparently there's a bit of a climb here, so we're going to get some exercise for the day. So we're at the Arashiyama Monkey Park in Kyoto, and you actually go inside the hut here. You get to buy some peanuts at 100 yen for a little packet.
Baby monkeys are really cute, but I recommend like if you're feeding a baby monkey, take the shell off the Mishima, just because they might not know how to take the shells off. Yeah.
It's a really nice view, and I'd say it's worth the steep walk.
Some places, like the Golden Pavilion, speak for themselves. No explanation needed.
We're at the Golden Pavilion. As you can see, there's a temple right behind us. It's not made of fool's gold, it's made of real gold.
From Kyoto, we travelled toward Mount Fuji, Ichiben in hand, expectations high.
So this train reaches top speeds of around 300 kilometers an hour. And we're going to make about 3 or 4 stops along the way. So another interesting fact about this journey is that we actually travelled right past Mount Fuji. So I made sure that we put the tickets or reserved seats on the Mount Fuji side.
We arrived at Mishima Station, the perfect place to do some train spotting and watch the Shinkansen fly past at incredible speed. The Toyoko Inn, where we stayed, also offered a free shuttle service between the station and our onward journey to Kawaguchiko, which made the transfer really easy. Our hopes were high, but Fuji had other plans. Clouds, rain, no views. ChatGPT, give me Mount Fuji. There, we fixed it. It was disappointing. But also a reminder that travel doesn't owe you perfect moments. Some places are better saved for next time. Still, we were able to salvage some memorable sights along the way.
She's a little bit wet today. Definitely no views of Mount Fuji. So we decided to come up to Oshini Hakai. Again, it's supposed to look so much better when the blue sky's out, the sun's shining, and it's just reflecting right off the water. Probably the best thing you can do on a rainy day.
Tokyo was our final base. Asakusa turned out to be perfect for us. Walkable, lively, and close to everything.
So it's been a big day in Asakusa so far. Come and check out and see what we got up to today. Giddy up!
And before we even start sightseeing, it's time to get dressed up. Well, our daughters anyway. Asakusa is one of the best places in Tokyo to hire a kimono, a traditional Japanese garment often worn for festivals, ceremonies, or special occasions.
So one of the best places to come in Asakusa is the Visitor Information Centre. If you head up onto the 8th floor, there's spectacular views over the Shinkansen Temple. There's also stunning views of the Tokyo Skytree Tower.
Sensoji was always busy, but still felt grounded. The rickshaw ride gave us a different perspective, slower, personal, and a lot of fun.
I can tell you everything, Asakusa history, how to pray correctly, and the recommendation spot. Let's go together.
Let's go, giddy up.
85 minutes. I'm not only driver, I'm photographer too.
Convenience stores became part of our daily rhythm. Quick breakfasts, late night snacks, and surprisingly good food everywhere. Of course, Tokyo can be loud and fast. We took a short ride to Ginza, home to one of my favourite combinations, Uniqlo and coffee. Shibuya and Shinjuku at night are unforgettable. And yet, just a few stations away, everything changes again. If this was your first trip to Japan, which city would you start with and why? When people ask what we'd do differently next time, honestly, not much. That's actually why we're going back, not to fix mistakes, but to try new things. Before this trip, we did a lot of planning. We worried about things like getting lost on the trains, choosing the wrong places to stay, or not understanding how everything worked. Once we arrived, we realised something important. Japan is incredibly easy to navigate, even as a family. Yes, good planning helps, but once you're there, the best thing you can do is relax. Trains make sense, people are kind, and even when the weather doesn't cooperate, that's part of the experience too. Our biggest takeaway wasn't a perfect itinerary, it was learning to enjoy Japan for what it is, not what we hoped it would be. If this is your first time planning Japan, plan enough to feel confident, and then give yourself permission to simply experience it. We already know we'll be back.